Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Where's this? Is this it? Can you hear me now? And welcome to another episode of Jacob Walks Over a Bridge. The last episode of Season 3. Woo! And the crowd goes wild. It's been a long journey. Well, for me, actually, it has, just to get to this point. As promised in the last episode, I am walking over a new bridge, which just happens to be the oldest bridge in New York City, the High Bridge. Opened in like the 1840s. It's had various uses. It was part of the original Croton Aqueduct. Surprise, surprise. The water had to get to Manhattan somehow, right? And this is a bridge I've ridden under a few times. Probably a few hundred times, because the Metro North rides right under it as it passes through the Bronx. Oh, it's chilly. They reopened this bridge. They closed it in like the 70s. The Wikipedia article was in between, the 60s, 70s. It's apparently people just couldn't stop doing stuff off the bridge, so they closed it. And they recently reopened, I think in 2015, a few years ago. So it's a long time coming. It's really nice, it's a pedestrian-only bridge. This nice brick walkway here. It's really a nice looking bridge too, because they got, aside from the span over the river, which they turned into a steel bridge later on in its life, but they've got, I'm gonna twist my hand around so it doesn't fly away. They got these nice stone arches. Give it a nice old Roman look, which I believe was the intent. But yeah, I got the whole bridge essentially to myself. Someone just rode their bike past me, but aside from that guy who's now out of sight, I'm the only one on this bridge. Funny that, it's probably gonna rain. I had to dodge some raindrops to get here. On a rainy, cold, windy day, no one wants to go walk over a bridge. Color me surprised. Whew. But no, yeah, like I said, there goes the train. Like I said, this is the last episode of Season 3, and it happened a little later than I thought it would, due to circumstances. Some beyond my control, some totally in my control. Did not get this done until now. It was in snow. Oh, it's like freezing rain. Cool. That was my ear. But, it's... Now, I believe I've got one more season left in me. Season 4, the final season. I didn't win the lotto, so unless I find some rich benefactor to keep me walking around talking over bridges, I think I got one more left in me. It's going to be a fun one. I already have plans, but don't know when it's going to start. Later 2022. It's going to be fun, though. I will say I've been a little discouraged as of late. So I just started watching How To with John Wilson on HBO. And to say that we have similar taste in narration styles or just how we adventure throughout the city, it's if HBO's listening and we want a partnership up, let me know. I can be the podcast partner of How To with John Wilson. Just the fact that it's a guy walking around the city talking, seemingly off the cuff. I don't adventure through the city with you talking. It's, I walked 7 3/4 miles just to get to this point. I've seen maybe it's one of his episodes. So it is a little discouraging to know that someone else is quote unquote in that space that I'm trying to also occupy, but I think my podcast came out first, or if not, we had the similar idea around the same time, supposedly. I'm only a few episodes in, and definitely not going to the lengths that he's been going to for some of his episodes. season 4 will take place in a world where it's much easier to go out and explore places other than New York City. Now there is some paved part of this bridge, but I'm walking on the unpaved part just because it's fun to walk through the snow. This is not a very, it's not a long bridge. Most of the bridges north of Central Park, say for the GWB, are not very long. It's very windy with the hat. I should have picked a tighter fitting hat. Well, now I'm walking to the Bronx. We'll see if I can find something to eat over there. I'm getting hungry. It's lunchtime. Maybe find a deli. I'll Google, best places to eat in the Bronx. I don't think I'm, unfortunately, not close to. Well, maybe. Probably not too close to. Arthur Avenue, Little Italy. That'd be nice. It's also kind of cold to eat outside, but also eating indoors is kind of suspect now, and I don't know. Maybe I should have just made a PB&J, which I probably would not have been good because I only have pumpernickel in the freezer right now. I made a nice grilled cheese sandwich with it yesterday, but pumpernickel doesn't really vibe with peanut butter and jelly, as far as I know. I mean, it could be great and just haven't tried it, but it's always amazing when you walk around Upper Manhattan, like really Upper Manhattan. You have this idea in your head of what Manhattan is, and you think, it's like, the lights, the people, it's so busy, the big buildings, and then you go up to Harlem and the Heights and Inwood. It's really not, they haven't gotten to it just yet. There are some spots where it is a little more industrialized, but we got some untouched nature still. Well, not untouched as of maybe 100 years ago. They've been touching nature around the whole island forever. Well, since forever being as long as the white people have been here. Well, with that, I've reached the conclusion of the path. I have to go on Google now to figure out what my next steps are. But this has been fun. I know I haven't posted a few late. This is going to be part of a dump because I guess that 2-parter was just discouraging me from, putting it out because it's just a hassle. But for the last time in season 3, may I say, good day and good night.